Hi, Zizaran here with another video, and recently I made a video about the Atlas tree and how much currency for crafting it was making me, and I wanted to talk a little bit more about that and specifically walk you through how I crafted each period gear of my EA character. And you know what, we'll make a little bit of an update on the EA as well, talk a little bit about that. But yeah, we have so many good nodes from the Atlas giving us essences, there's Harbinger stuff, and just so much density, right? And the number one thing I want to talk today is essence. Welcome to Path of Exile. This is what I have. I have all the essence nodes and stuff like that. So I also took this very recently to get more of the influence stuff. But more importantly, I have a shit ton of essences. I've probably used like 60 to 80 screaming and shrieking greeds. So a large amount of essence stuff. Yeah, it's been really nice for crafting gear. My explosive arrow just finalized its gear yesterday. Let's look over the gear a little bit. So I just finished my bow. Now, this is not from the item level 50 short bow card. So I actually have item level 78. So I actually managed to use this with a seal essence, which gives attack speed. So I hit the +2 and then did the, if you've seen the explosive arrow bow guide, I did the normal stuff with the, you know, as you would with the dread essence, or if you got lucky and hit attack speed. So very lucky that I hit +2 bow gems with a seal. But yeah, finally got a bow. Just struggling to find dreads, and all my dreads like was kind of used in making my other bow, my first bow, so I didn't have that many for the second one. But I wanted a better one with actual attack speed. So now that I have the bow, the rest of the gear is starting to come in shape as well. And again, I do have a full video on how to make bows and coloring them and stuff like that. This, I used Dex essence. The reason I really wanted Dex is because we have Mage Blood, Mage Pain. I don't need it anymore, but I needed like 3% more Dex for spell suppression. So I'm now looking to make a better ring. I'm going to be looking for fertile catalysts, which I'm probably just going to do scarabs, spam scarabs, and try to look. So I have 8 fertile catalysts and make 2 vermilion rings where I'm just going to focus on life and resist. For those, I will mostly be using Reforged Life. Now, it wouldn't be bad to use Rage Essences either, just to get even more life, because if I get 50 strength, that's 25 extra life. So if a ring already has 90 life with 50 strength, it's like 110. For the Brass Dome, I didn't make this. It's just beautiful. Look at it. For the gloves, these I made using Shrieking or Screaming Greed. And yeah, it's literally just spam them. Now, once you have spell suppression, say you have a glove with 40 life and 7 spell suppression, or maybe just 20 lightning rest and no spell suppression. You can then craft spell suppression on the gloves and use Reforge More Likely. And a lot of my gear is made with Reforge More Likely. Like, honestly, I think that's actually how I made the gloves. I don't think I used the essence. And the reason why Reforge More Likely is so good is because it also respects the crafting bench mods. So if you have like life and then you craft spell suppression with the crafting bench and use Reforge More Likely, then it will like try to craft an item with both of those mods. The belt, I just spammed a, I was using just cold essences for cold res. So I would spam all my different essences for res on belt. And I have so many essences. So a lot of my crafting is just essence spam right now. The gloves, these were greed essence. And then I was just hoping to get spell suppression and anything else. And I specifically wanted to not hit movement speed. Now, spamming zeal essences is good as well, but I really wanted onslaught on kill. Onslaught on kill works for explosive arrow because we're killing with ignite. These were just reforge and harvest, not very special. Now, this is pretty noteworthy. So a woe essence is incredibly strong for quiver. It is 37 to 42 damage. So this was made with a screaming, sadly. But yeah, very nice, because you basically just need to hit 2 stats and it's already good, right? And without essence, people were like, hey sis, I looked up your quiver in Craft of Exile and it seems really rare to hit it. How did you do it? And I was like, yeah, Screaming Woe guarantees the damage with bow skills. And sadly, Greed does not guarantee life. So yeah, it's really nice. Amulet, I would just spam Reforge Fire, and that is pretty much it. There's not much else to it. I just spam Reforge Fire on all my marbles. I want marbles specifically because I want more regen on the build. And the helmet, I think this was Greed Essence as well. So Again, just looking for spell suppression on anything. Obviously, if you have a normal chest, like I was going to use this. This is just something I unveiled from Betrayal very early, like in a tier 3 map, tier 2, tier 3. Tier 3 map, and unveiled it and then used the new currencies. It's incredibly strong. I would have used this unless I hadn't found a brass dome. It's also very hard for most people to get suppress capped without a chest. I really want new boots is the next thing I'm working on, because if I can get tier 1 spell suppression on boots, then I don't need to waste any implicits of the new currencies for spell suppression, and I can remove these 3 nodes. I'll lose some movement speed, but 3 skill points is pretty good for the build. Like, I have a lot of other things I want, like life nodes, more jewels, more attack speed. So yeah, I'd be quite happy. Be quite happy with removing that. Jewels, I really want better ones. I should start spamming Reforged Fire and Reforged Life on jewels. I really want some 4-stat jewels. I still think I need resist on some, because I want to be 40 overcapped at least on res, because of the new altars with the Eldritch stuff. Lets you do like, you lose 40 cold and lightning or 40 fire and lightning. Other than that, my flasks are not very well rolled. I've been like bleeding alterations. Definitely need a new Jade flask. I'm going to do that next. But I wanted to make an update on my gear and stuff like that. I don't think I've changed anything on the build. Finally got the Anoint for Watchtower. And yeah, it's great. I'm insanely geared now. Thanks for watching. Sub if you liked the video. More importantly, try to die less than I do.